If you believe in coincidences, it'll always be luck. But if you believe in intuition, it'll always be intentional. I'm gonna say that one more time for the people in the back. If you believe in coincidences, it'll always be luck. But if you believe in intuition, it'll always be intentional. This is gonna be a deep one, so y'all get ready. Coincidences. Most people think that coincidences are universal chances, universal luck. You got lucky this day. You got lucky this time. Right? So it's almost like they're saying that it is a unjustified gift, an unjustified freebie. Here, you got lucky this day. You didn't get hit. You got lucky this day. They give that energy, they give that power to things they don't even know. Right? So they're not even talking about anything of substance. They just say, oh, that's a coincidence. Oh, what are the odds? What are the chances that we met today on 11/17 and your birthday was right? So it's almost like they're saying that they get a freebie from God, a freebie from the universe. That's just luck. But on the other hand, if you believe in intuition, your intuition is not a feeling. I know people want to think that, they want to say that just to kind of describe it in layman's terms to people. Your intuition is not feeling. It is like your soul. It is like your spirit. It is no thing, but it's still a thing. You can feel my energy. If you close your eyes and watch this video, and it's your first time watching a video of mine, then you can feel my energy, which is my spirit, my soul, my passion. It's from the depths of our being, okay? But it has no shape. It has no figure. It's not, you can't put it in a bottle. You can't save it for later. You can't turn it on and turn it off some days like a light bill. And if you don't pay it, it's going to be off. But if you pay it for, it's going to be on for a month. It don't work like that. It's what you have. Now, of course, there are things that there's people, places, and things that can dim your spirit and weaken your spirit, as well as heighten and awaken your spirit. But if you believe in intuition, it is a unsensically or uncynically unknown sensation. You don't know how you know, but you know. And it sucks when you feel like you got to explain it to other people who what? Don't know. So your intuition is your unsensical, unknown sensation. It's an unsensical, unknown sensation. Remember that, okay? It's a sensation. It's not a feeling. I feel somebody looking at me in public. And you look dead at them in the face, right? They were staring at you. Or a car that's out of control. That's instincts, intuition. So put it like this, right? Your intuition is you going within, going inward to pay attention. How you like that one? It's you going inward to pay attention. So it's tuition. It's here. And what are you giving? Of course, not monetary, something monetary, right? You are giving your life. You are giving your energy. You are giving your presence. What do you consume? What do you watch? All right, that's what has your tuition. That's what you're giving your tuition to. That's what you're giving your gems, your gold, your diamonds to. Though that type of person, that type of entity. But when you go within and you pay, and you pay, and you pay the mind, body, and everything connects. Everything, it's like it's a process, like, like metamorphosis. It has to check boxes, and then it can move on to the next. It's like you're going through a conveyor belt, and it's a process. We got to open the box, and then we have to put the item in the box, and then at the end it gets packaged and the label is put on the front, and then it's moved into a bigger box, which gets shipped off to the customer, right? That's what it is. It's check. One step cannot go without the other, but not one is more important than the other. Does that make sense? So your body, if you take care of your body, but your mind and spirit is trash, you won't go far. You just your vessel will look good on the outside, externally, but internally you are shot. Confidence, self-esteem, worth. You don't see what people see of you at all. You can't. Even if they wrote a whole book about you, you couldn't even read it. You couldn't even stomach it because you don't see that of yourself. It doesn't connect. It doesn't make sense. If your spirit is connected, but your spirit is also like your awareness, right? So if your spirit and your awareness is high, but your mind and your body is not, you're shot. You see where I'm going with this? Not one is more important than the other. In a video that I made last year about the 4 pillars of success. Yes, the 4 pillars of success, right? And go watch that video. I'll tell you, one of the pillars was money, right? And of course, just because you have money does not equate to your happiness, does not equate to your success, because you could have a whole lot of money, but you're still not feeling like you are achieved. You're still running races within your mind, within yourself, but you got all the money that you've wanted. Something's not adding up, right? So then we start to change definitions and change meanings of shit. But having those pillars in mind, one does not go before the other. Because if you are, and it's 4, so if you are high in these 2, but these 2 are lacking, you're uneven, you're unbalanced. So you're a student of life. You are a great listener. You retain information very well at a high level. You don't need explanations too many times. But you don't ask questions. And your study mechanisms and your study techniques is poor. But you're a good listener though. So you may learn a lot of the things that it will be on the test in class that you haven't studied. Does that make sense? You've been attentive, you paid tuition, literally. You've paid attention and paid tuition in class, but your study mechanics and your study techniques are poor. So there are things that obviously you will miss because you didn't study. You didn't open up that book. Write flashcards, write notes, have a study buddy, go on Quizlet. You didn't do these things. You didn't even read the Cliff Notes. Lazy. So you being a student, if you are high in those 2 things but low in the others, you're uneven, you're unbalanced. So are you a good student? Good is average, so you may be good, right? But because people will ask you, how did you know that? How did you learn that quick? How did you retain that quick? What did you get for this? Because I didn't get that in class. The teacher just said it and just explained it, wrote it down on the board 2 times with 2 different problems. You was just sleeping. So no shit, you're going to ask me, Wait, what did you get for that? I didn't really get what the hell he meant by that and how he explained it. You were dozing off. You were talking. You know what I'm saying? So it's of course ideal to be balanced. Now, your intuition is equated. You believe in intuition. You leaning into your intuition, that gut sensation, that unknown, unsensical sensation, right? You leaning into that, you now are tapped in to all the powers within. Anything that comes from listening to the voice, the sound, and the notion of your spirit. So now your life is intentional. Now what you do, how you live, how you wake up, how you talk to people, it's all intentional. It's all designed. I'm not going to talk to any random person any type of way, especially if they're in a different, let's say, just to get y'all understanding, a lower line of work than me. For instance, I'm not going to treat a McDonald's worker, a Burger King worker, a Cane's worker, a janitor, right? A blue collar worker. I'm not going to treat any of them different than I would one of my quote unquote peers, another YouTuber, another entrepreneur, owner, whatever the hell. But who give a damn about that? Because they could be some pompous, or they are a lot of pompous assholes who are self-made and entrepreneurs and on a high horse and shit. Like, we ain't trying to hear all that. So morally, my intuition states that I'm gonna treat everybody like they matter. I'm gonna treat everybody like I give a shit. Cause I do. I'm not faking it. I do. I'm a human. You're a human. You got problems. You got emotions. You got feelings, but you ain't dumb. Now, of course, there is dumb people in this world, but you ain't dumb. People's not dumb. They know what's going on out here. Most. Not all. There's a lot of NPCs, a lot of little travelers. Most. They know what's going on, right? They know how to look at somebody, scan somebody, and be like, this person talking a whole lot, but ain't saying nothing. What that mean? See, that is the beginning stages of psychology, right? The loudest person in the room normally is the most hurt and wants to be heard the most because they're not heard, understood, seen at all from anybody in their family. Anybody? The person who bounces from partner to partner, relationship to relationship, they're so unloved. Their esteem is just, man, it's lower than dirt. Lower. So they need somebody to fulfill it. And even then, another person can't balance that void you feel. So this is like the beginning stages of psychology. The beginning stage of psychology 101 is that what we know, what we say, what we talk about with people or to people, right? But the more you lean into your intuition, is the more intentional your life will become. All right. Now, of course, I have never subscribed to coincidences, luck, right? Let's go back to that. Luck. That's also, like I said, that's also giving powers, giving energy, giving creed to something or someone that is undeserving. For instance, I'm not a racist, yet I talk about anti-racism, racism so much. What am I giving power to? Racism. I'm giving power to an ism. Fascism, sexism, racism. You see what I'm saying? I'm giving more power and more energy to the thing that I'm talking against. Now, am I saying that it shouldn't be a conversation? Absolutely not. Especially now, it needs to be a conversation. But to make that, for you to wake up and be mad at the world because of this, that, and the third, all day, every day for the rest of your life, when are you going to live? Now you just talking points of them. And you got kids. You got nieces and nephews. You got siblings who are looking up to you, admiring you. And you just walking away because you checked out. So we give things that we really don't want to expand energy, power. In Joe Dispenza, I love Joe Dispenza. Joe Dispenza, Becoming Supernatural. He says it in his book, but I watch a lot of his interviews and podcasts. One podcast, he said that there was a woman who was diagnosed with stage 2 cancer. And the doctor was, of course, in attack mode, worry mode. Like, okay, what we need to do, like, what you want to do? We can do this next, chemo, we can do this, right? And she couldn't believe it. She couldn't believe that she had it. Keyword, she could not believe it, the belief. So she told the doctor, hold on. And she had, I think Joe Dispenza was her mentor. She subscribed to his class or his mentorship, his program or something. And he guided her through the supernatural, unknown process of reversing your illnesses, because it first starts in the mind. All is the mind. Remember that. All is the mind, and the mind is all. That's Hermetic Principles 101. Okay? In the Kabbalion, all is the mind, and the mind is all. All principalities that exist started off and will end with the mind. The idea, the concept. Okay? And Joe Dispenza was like, in under 2 months, she was cancer-free. In the 7 spiritual laws of success, it's also spoken upon that. You know what I'm saying? And these are real things because your belief and your agreeance to the belief makes it so. It makes it tangible. Yes, I am poor. Your brain don't take no jokes. Your intuition says, wait, if you believe it, I'ma believe it. If you believe somebody's out to get you, well, I'm with you. I'm your man's. I'm your best friend. I have control over all of your atoms, the molecules in your body. I know when you get anxious, what makes you anxious, what gets you depressed, what gets you low, what season of year gets you low, what gets you high, I know you. That's what your intuition says. But you're giving it to, that's a coincidence. That's a coincidence why I met this person. That was luck. That person made that. That was luck. That person got it. I didn't. That was luck. No. Let's break it down some more. Stop that. That's that ignorant. That's that ignorant mindset. That ignorant, and it's so ironic because the most ignorant people are the most arrogant. That's that ignorant and arrogant paradigm. Syndrome. That's what it is. It's a syndrome. Nah, it's just luck. So you just brush everything off your life as luck. It's a coincidence. No. Why they got it and you didn't is because you knew, or you thought, you believed that you couldn't get it. You couldn't have it. You weren't worth it. That's why. It ain't luck. It ain't a coincidence. Why you met them when you met them. Why y'all stopped being friends when y'all stopped being friends. Why you lost that job. Why she or he walked out of your life. Why you lost this person. Why you made this type of mistake for the 5th time. It's not a coincidence. It's not. luck. How they got it and you didn't. It's not luck. There's a deeper meaning to that. You literally, and mentally, literally, you prescribed that. You brought that idea into fruition yet again. And your intuition knows it. Now, of course, you can only control what you can control. Don't be a heckler with everything you do in your life. Don't write your day. Well, I highly suggest you don't write your day down every 30 minutes. You know, from 9:30 to 10, I'm gonna be drinking coffee and I can't do shit else. From 10 to 10:30, I'm gonna be spray painting. From 10:30 to 11, I'm gonna go for my walk. From 11 to 11:30, I'm going to record. Do your best not to do that because you're not a robot, right? You're not a robot. So fill in times to really just sit down. Sit down and just think. Or sit down and do nothing. Just let your mind go. Beep. Just let your mind go. Like you're at the beach. Just let it go. Your intuition knows that. Your intuition materializes and actualizes your life into being more intentional. Yes. And this is going to be a great video for generations to come. So if you're watching this in the year 2030, 2028, I like that number, 2028 if you're watching this, comment down below. Because I know you need it. That's why you watch the video. And that's why you're so connected to this, because this is for you to thrive, not to just strive. Everything is a chase. You're running after everything. So when you don't get it, you chalk it up to it being a coincidence. You chalk it up to it being luck. You're giving so many other things power, and it's on that pedestal. You see what I'm saying? You're giving it so much power. Whole time, wait, I didn't study. I thought I was ready for her. I thought I was ready for this. When the opportunity came, I buckled. In the great words of Kobe Bryant, I already trained 4 times. So I see your work ethic. I'm not going to pass you the ball. I'm not passing you the ball when I seen you it gets me fired up. I literally seen you waltz in the gym, drag your feet. This is my 2nd workout today. It's my 2nd. And it's 9:00 a.m. Then we got practice. And then I'm working out again. I seen your work ethic. So when I get into the game, I am so comfortable. I shot this shot 10,000 times. It goes down to the point where they don't even, listen, man, at a professional level, they don't even see right? Because I also were a pro, but they don't even see competition. There is no competition at a certain level, right? I missed because something was off. My focus was off. My pinky finger was off. I put too much power on my pinky finger. Seriously, it's that meticulous. It's nothing to do with the defender. For real. For real. I done got to my spot 100,000 times. I can shoot shots eyes closed, free throws eyes closed, from the 3 eyes closed, left hand, right hand. Seriously, still to this day. Kobe said, I know what y'all do. So when I get in the game, I know what I'm going to do. And I'm not giving you the ball. How can you be mad at someone like that? Whose life is completely intentional because they've always, or not always, but they have learned how to lean into their intuition. It's not a coincidence why I didn't get picked up on that team. Michael Jordan, was that his junior year of high school? He didn't make varsity? Or sophomore year, one of the two. It's not a coincidence. Your character has to be insufferable. In a great way, right? Like, listen, let me tell you something. Good people let other people know how good they are at something. Great people allow other people to say how great they are. And I mean, the exceptional just, they don't allow what they say or what someone else has to say about them, good or bad, affect them in any way, shape, form, or fashion. That's someone who is exceptional. Someone who's exceptional is just, thank you. Grateful, but will never get too high or too low because life is about balance. That's also someone who leans into their intuition. Their life is intentional. So make your life intentional, okay? Make your life intentional because you matter. Your life is worth it. Now, when you come to that realization and actualization, hey, that's with God and the universe. But when you do, I'll still be here smiling, saluting you, rooting you on because you found it. Or rather, it found you. Both work. You know what I'm saying? And that is beautiful. That is magnificent. However it came, however you found it, through your most darkest time or through your most beautifulest time, it came. And you heard it. And you walked with it. You heard the sign, the alchemist. You heard the sign. You saw the sign. You saw the omens. And you didn't allow a sign to go by, a situation to go by, and you not say something about it. You not annotate it. You not write it down. You not exercise it, man. So, to those who this video helped, salute to you along your journey. All right? Stay steadfast, but also stay balanced. You do not want to exhaust yourself mile 2. You don't know how much miles you got left. Stay on pace. Your own pace, though, right? Stay on your own pace. When you finish, if you finish with your friends, with your family, those who started with you, you most likely won't. That's why I love marathons. That's why I love races or marathons, not races. I love marathons for that reason. You start with everybody, ringing bells and shooting the gun and blowing whistles and music playing. It's so fun in the beginning. Then when you get on mile 8, mile 6, and you are alone, you look back for a second. If you do, nobody around. The next person you see is 2 miles ahead, up the road. It's just you. In the words of Earl Sweatshirt, it's really just you and whatever you think. Real shit. So stay steadfast, listen to the signs, just be simple, love where you at, embrace where you at, and learn from where you at. That's how you get to a higher projection. I love y'all. Take care of yourself. And I'll catch you on the next video. It's your boy JB, and I'm out.